Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Sherpa here, the stock Sherpa, the YouTube portfolio manager, Chase at Bullish, and all the other monikers out there. I'm kicking ass today. I'm having a great day. I hope you are too. Just made myself a little bit of pre-workout, switching from the coffee for once to maintain my energy going into the second half of the trading day today. So it's Trade Tuesday, it's Turnaround Tuesday, it's Institutional Tuesday, it's Day Traders. This is when we get our positions in. Swing traders, this is when we really got to fight for the right price on everything. I'll tell you about some of the trades I made. I'm already a happy boy because I made my week's nut yesterday from a percentage gain goal. If you're following, you did too, so good on you. Again, the Sherpa wants to take you to the top. You just got to walk with me here. You got Jeopardy on in the background, which is a vice of mine, which is trivia and meaningless facts or mindless facts going on, but I'm gonna turn that off right now. I just got distracted. So got some rogues going on too. We're gonna get rid of that. Here's what I'm gonna do. I wanna make this more educational. I finally found some guys on Reddit that are actually dedicated to being true investors, true traders, I should say, and not just meme stock, bag holders, the whole bit. Again, I'm not a hater on it. I just know how this ends. And I've just got some thoughts on, I got to get my message out there. I got to get you guys learned up. So I'm going to get you learned up. I've told you the best thing that you can ever do for yourself, maybe the second best, rebalancing, selling on the Wednesday before the 15th of the month, rebuying back on the Tuesday is probably going to save you more money than anything and make you more money than anything. Your manager doesn't do that. He doesn't tell you that. Simply, they don't give a shit about the education aspect of it. And they really have so many inflows and outflows. They just do too much buying and selling to really care about that. That's the benefit of having your own account that you're managing for yourself. That's my mission, along with arming the public with knowledge of how to be a better investor. So here we are. Join the Ever Bullish Edge. That is easy for me to say. The Ever Bullish Edge. Go to everbullish.com, download the newsletter. You get all this info for free. You can go to it without joining the newsletter. It'd just be foolish not to, because I keep on your ass about being a better trader for free. Anyway, the best thing that you can do, this right here, this is called the Stockmaster app. All my old guys are tired, to old bulls out there tired of hearing about this. All the new ones, you got to get with it. This is the best app in the world. This will save you the most money in the world. The best thing about it, it's free. They don't pay me to sponsor it. One day I'll be their spokesperson if they keep being the best. And that's really all I care about. So for you, go and download the Stockmaster app. Then we're going to get to the Sherpas list. With this, I'm going to try to be educational. Okay? So I've maintained a lot of this information and tried to drill it into your head, but I'm going to have to say it again. I have to tell myself again. It's how we help each other. When you open up the app, this app is incredible. So I'm going to switch gears right away. Instead of, I always have my main watch list up front. Up on top. So I got the main watch list. So the Stockmaster app allows you 3 watch lists for free, up to 50 stocks per watch list. That's 150 stocks up to the second updates. You can build a chart by clicking on it. I can look at the 3-month performance right here. I can zoom in. I can check out the, scroll down a bit here. I can look at the RSIs. You'll know I'm an RSI trader first. And you can do that on any stock, anytime. I've done this on the golf course. I've done this at weddings. I've done this sitting on the couch watching TV with girlfriends. I've done, you can do this anytime. Big misconception about traders. You don't need to be at your desk with screens all day. This is an iPad. I got it connected to the internet in case the internet goes out. Here, I got the LTE. Anyway, get with the app. You got your watch list, but I want to show you something. This is to help out a Reddit follower or reader or questioner, or somebody that just asked me this question about the heat map. So this is really good engagement. I love the engagement. I'm willing to teach you anything. You just got to tell me what it is. So today, what happened last week? My opinion is that last week, on Wednesday, when the Fed numbers came out, it spooked the market as we knew it would. That's when we looked at the banks. That's when we looked at oil, right? Well, the banks moved against us. And now they're moving back because they're realizing that it's all just boogeyman. Inflation is here. It's going to be here for a long time. We're going to pretend it's not here. We're going to slowly land the plane, right? So what I want you to realize is that I can look now. It's Turnaround Tuesday. Institutional flows are coming in. 401k deposits are coming in. The market is not really moved by the dumb money as much as it was on Monday. And remember, the dumb money is always following the next trend. It's not setting the trend. It's not a trend maker. It's a trend taker. Okay, so that's why I don't really care about Mondays. I only trade them when I can just smell the blood in the water, and I did that yesterday. with FAS, as I told you I would. That was a 12% trade. But what I wanted you to do is go down here and look at where it says market map. I call this a heat map. For whatever reason, they're calling it a market map, but I can look at it here. The first thing is going to be market cap in the corner. The second thing is going to be volume. So I'm going to click on volume. So where is the majority of the money going? Not how much is the price going up in relation to shares outstanding. That's the difference between market cap and volume. So I look at the volume, and in each sector, I can scroll over here and I can go look at how few people are in energy, materials, utilities. Look at how few people are in biotech. Look at how few people are in my big moves are energy, small cap energies, and ERX, which is the triple, right? So I've got all that. I've got Amazon, I got Tesla, I got Nvidia, but I can just tell you, the gentleman on Reddit asked, well, how come we're down today? We're down today because no money's going into the banks or mortgage companies, and all the money's, in my opinion, all that money that left on Thursday and Friday and Wednesday that sold out early that was worried about getting invested with the Fed, now they're getting back in and they're going straight into tech stocks because there's a major correlation between interest rate fears and tech stocks going down. Well, now that we're realizing there was just the boogeyman, that our fears aren't coming to fruition, we can see that people are putting that money back in. So where's the opportunity? The opportunity is where the money is not. It's like the baseball analogy. You're gonna have to watch 2 videos ago to learn the baseball analogy. This is showing us where to put our position players, okay? So anyway, that's the first thing I wanted to point out for the guys that are asking questions. Thank you for the engagement. Join my channel and add it on there. I'm still an idiot when it comes to Reddit. I keep getting kicked off shit, even though I'm trying to help. So no whining or crying here. I just want to be able to help. So keep asking questions, but do it on my YouTube channel, please. So here we go. Now we're over here. Today's the Sherpas list. I'm putting out the Sherpas list on Tuesday today, sometimes Tuesday, sometimes Monday, sometimes Wednesday. New Sherpas list every week. You go to my website to see it. So right now, go to everbullish.com. And on everbullish.com, I want you to click on the Sherpas list. And I want to show you how that relates to what I'm doing. Right now, there's so much opportunity and there's so many places to make money that the way I'm trading, and I always trade, is that I have my main watch list. And I've got 2 of these. I really have. Since I have 2 different devices, I have 6 of them. I actually have more than 2. I got 3 if I count this one. Then I got 9 of them, 9 times 150, 9 times, or 3 times 150 or 9 times 50, right? So I can look at all the stocks I need. It's more than enough. But what I do here is these are the stocks that I look at, and I'm not looking at these necessarily to trade. I'm looking at these for correlation. So the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P are all, just barely flat. NASDAQ's up 0.5%. That's the best performer right now. I look at the VIX too. I never, ever trade the VIX, but I look at it to see if there's just a majority of money coming in and a majority of coming out. Low VIX, majority of money staying in, staying stable, right? Yesterday, the VIX was up 15%. Now it's down 3%. So I know that these are pretty reliable results that I'm going to be getting in the stocks behind me. And if I think volatility is going to continue to go down, reversion to the mean, when it does, I can just trust the reliable gains that I've already entrusted my money with. So Amazon, Facebook, Tesla, again, I don't really trade those. Those are long-term holds in my professional portfolio that you can buy on my website. Ride is up. Workhorse, Blink. I've got SOS, MARA, and Riot. Those are the Bitcoin miners. You'll hear more about that in a second. QS is up 4%. This is the easiest dip trade in the world. I keep telling you guys about this. Keep getting with me. You sell it when it gets to 30, buy it when it gets to 22, 23. If it's a day like this where money's flowing back into tech, it's going to be up. QS, it's up 3%. It'll finish somewhere around there, and it'll finish up on the week as well. Labu down 5%. If you are not in that, pound it right now. I always talk about Labu being the engine of my portfolios. I know the returns and the reliability of this for very, very systematic, easy clips all the time. So I made over my 12% yesterday that I needed. Now I'm throwing that in Labu right now. I already did it earlier today. I also I am holding on to FAS for a piece of it too, because the banks are going to come back. So anyway, then I have Arrival in Nvidia, CPE, some of these other ones. So I got, Ride, Workhorse, Arrival, Canoe. Well, those are going to be the ones that are going to be EV stocks, right? So I can get a gauge of the sectors on here in a more in-depth level than the heat map. Okay, let's keep moving. I want to keep your attention. We're going to go to now. So this is the main watch list. I have one more main watch list on here, and then I have the Sherpa baby. This is what I'm trading literally today, and I already traded some of them. This is what I'm looking at if I'm looking for opportunities to make a trade and when I'm trading it. So I have my watch list, and then I have my ready list. Some stocks are correlated, some stocks aren't, but I know where the market is now. I've looked at my heat map. I know where the dumb money is. I know where the smart money is. I know what sectors are under and overperforming if you read my Sunday recap. This is how we do it. It's badass, right? All right, so I'm gonna read off every individual position. You don't have to get out a pen and paper, but you do have to go to everbullish.com to see this exact screen. You can follow along. I even put I put a little Easter egg in there, see if you can find it. UWMC, it was down 2% earlier, now it's down 0.66. UWMC and UWMCWT, which are the warrants, which have more gas to them. Warrants are flat, UWMC is down. It'll probably finish up today as the institutional money keeps rolling in, okay? Ride is up. That's just basically a respondence to Lordstown days. Let's hope, and we'll find out what they're lying about next. But you know, I can trade the volatility on it. I don't love it necessarily always, but there's times when I love it, and there's times when you can see the opportunity. If that was down 10% today, I'd be jumping in more. It's not. Going back to UWMC, here's the deal. With SPACs, here's another nugget of information that'll make you a lot of money. Warrants, as you probably know, are representative of 1/3 of a share. So 3 shares of warrants will equal 1 share of the stock. When you divide the stock price by 3, you can see which one's lagging, right? You can form your hypothesis. When a SPAC is under $10, it's a lot more advantageous on the upside to buy the warrants, in my opinion. Now, it is more risky, so don't come back. Don't try to sue me. None of this bullshit. This is all just education. But there's a beautiful arbitrage that I've been making a ton of money on. My friends have been making a ton of money on for the last year and a half when it comes to these warrants. And I got a shout out to a special buddy out there. You know who you are. That kind of brought me into this light. Even as a broker, I didn't use SPACs. Warrants very often. They were just not on my game plan. And the fact is, they didn't pay us. And that's why I don't do that shit. Now I tell you, it doesn't matter. So the warrants are 1/3 of the price of the stock. And when you look at it in it's 1/4 the price of the stock and you like the stock, go ahead and buy the warrants. Make your risk worth your goddamn time, right? All right. Then I have Arrival Go EV. I'm putting money in Go EV. All right. Go EV is the canoe. The canoe is really badass. If you haven't looked at it, you haven't pulled it up. I don't want to take too much time on this, but if you go to canoe, check out GOEV is the stock symbol. It's just really neat, kind of personal transport for parties of 5 to 10. Uber made a deal with Arrival to do something very similar with buses and smaller, kind of like train car looking vehicles. Very similar to the Canoe. Canoe is also a California company, which means that they have ties with Apple, and there's a lot of semiconductor correlation there too. So you're welcome on Canoe. GOEV. It is down 1% right now, under $9. Go ahead and buy it. It'll be at 12 in the next month. And when it is, go ahead and go buy me another cup of coffee. EOG. EOG is up right now, surprising. That's one of the big mega caps. So that's probably that institutional money that's coming back in here on the day that the deposits get made from 401ks, which is Tuesdays. FANG. FANG is Diamondback Energy. This one's sexy. It's got a cool name. Talked about it last video. I won't bore you. FANG is a great stock if you're bullish on energy like I am. After that, we have CPE. That one, I made a comment yesterday, and I just think it holds true. This thing doesn't stop making money, so I'm just going to keep letting it. I don't even have limits underneath this bad boy right now. So you can get a real good price, kind of knowledge of the price ranges that this thing's traded in, and most importantly, what I tell you all the time, the time that it trades. I'm gonna make another video about how I do my timing, and it's real simple and it looks stupid and it works incredibly well. So CPE, all right, and we got Goldman. Goldman is flat, FAS is barely up. Remember, FAS was up yesterday, about 12%, something crazy like that midday. I think it finished around 8. I told you that was gonna happen. Again, you're welcome. So keep following these things. NVIDIA, y'all know the story on that one. I've been tooting my horn too much on this video, but NVIDIA is a no-brainer. The most recent price target, I will repeat, I recommended this less than a month ago when it was at $580, and the most recent price target, it's at 750, right? What is it? 748 right now. In the most recent price target just got moved from Raymond James, who I really trust in this, up to $900. Raymond James does a really good job on oil companies and banks, by the way. I trust their ratings over anybody else's companies when it comes to oil stocks and banks. Applied Materials, again, that's the NVIDIA trade too. That's like the ugly sister, like I told you. The pretty sister's having her time in the sun. The ugly sister is about to, just go from ugly duckling to the babe of the ball. So I like Applied Materials too, and I like that it's somewhat correlated, but it's also somewhat contrarian. FTCV, this thing is just getting riper and riper. Another SPAC, it's a financial SPAC. There's going to be a ton of money flowing into here soon. It's the eToro play. They're the company that's going to help take eToro public. eToro, a lot of guys on here, they're watching me and that follow me and that are successful traders, are international, and eToro has a beautiful lock on the international market. So that's a no-brainer. And then I told you about how I'm out of Bitcoin. I put a target of Bitcoin right now around 27. I think it's at 29 right now. 32 was that support that I thought it would break. It did break the support. I'm putting my new one at 27. If it gets to 27, I'm going to go back in and buy the miners of Bitcoin, not Bitcoin itself. I don't like how much it moves based on one tweet from Elon, and there's no real other aspect of it. With this, the companies like SOS, Marathon Patent Group, SOS is one of them. That's the one that ties the Chinese. I used to trade that. I made some money. I lost some money. I broke even. I'm done with it. But I keep it on here for correlation. So SOS, MARA, and Riot, most importantly, are the three that I watch to see how they're relating to Bitcoin. And that's part of my secret sauce about waking up at 2 and 4 a.m. and then screenshotting the distributions and then deciding what to buy. So those are now on my ready list. That's, again, beautiful thing about trading. My hypothesis can change throughout the day 10 times and I can still make money on it. Okay, the final one. This is a big one. Most everybody on this channel knows these stocks. This is the one that I'm going to go pretty deep into, and I might add it to the Ever Bullish All Stock / Ever Bullish One portfolio that I sell on my website for 75 bucks. If you don't own it yet, you should buy it, and we're killing it and we're learning. This is called Compass Pathways. CMPS is the symbol. It's the only psilocybin mushroom stock that I like from a fundamental perspective. I know I just used the F word. It is fundamentally sound. Balance sheet's good. Barriers to entry are good. Macro economics on it look very good. But the main thing here, and I was just listening to Rogies, it made me laugh a little bit. One of the gentlemen that was recently on his TV show or on his YouTube show was anti-ager, and he was talking about mental health is going to be the biggest health risk facing not only America but the world. And personally, I've had to go down that road, and almost everybody I know has. COVID fucked us all up, right? Well, Compass Pathways is the only stock that I like from a fundamental perspective that is also traded on an exchange that gets a lot of volume, which is the NASDAQ. All the other ones seem to be OTC from my research. So Compass Pathways, CMPS. This is more of a long-term hold, but it's still on the Sherpas list. That's how much I want the eyes of the public on this. That's how I want the sharp investors out there to be looking at this. So it may keep popping up on the Sherpas list. I'll let you know if I trade it. Follow my social media, Ever Bullish on IG, Ever Bullish on Facebook, Chase777 on Twitter, and you'll see that. But most importantly, just join the newsletter. You're going to see all this stuff. You're going to get the updates, and you're going to make a ton of cash. I do ask, now that I've shown you all that, whatever. I'm from Texas. I'm allowed to speak incorrectly. Now that I've showed you all that, love it if you went to my website, checked it out. If you feel as though there's value to this content, please help support the channel, help support me and my time doing this by buying me a hypothetical cup of coffee, because you can't buy me a real one. And that's what keeps this going. I think that that's the most advantageous way for everybody. It's the most altruistic way to reward a fund manager that gave up his entire career to help people on YouTube. So I'd love it if you bought me a cup of coffee. Check out the Ever Bullish One portfolio. Check out the Ever Bullish Balance portfolio. It's crushing it. We've had to do nothing. Best $75 a person could spend. The dividend portfolio is beating the market with a higher yield and a lower alpha than most dividend portfolios or any that I know of, and it's beating the market by 3.9% as of end of April. New reports and results are coming out soon, and it's going to only be better because all the stocks that I'm owning are in there are where all the scared money is going. So we're killing it. We're crushing it. Chase at Ever Bullish, everbullish.com, the Ever Bullish One podcast. And I hope that you guys are feeling the energy today, because there's a lot of places to go. And I'm setting the lines, I'm setting the ladders, I'm showing you the route. I'm the caddy on your golf course, and now all you got to do is go pull a John Rahm and win the U.S. Open. I took another analogy too far. LFG, AFG, LGR, let's get rich, baby.